Hi, hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Joe D. Hey, we're gonna do another beer review, man. This one is one I'm really excited about. I picked up this beer just a couple of weeks ago, but it was canned before that. So I'm we'll actually see together if you can keep a crowler for a month because it was, well, not quite a month, but about a solid. It was canned on the 17th of February, so that's like almost 3 weeks or so, I think. So um, we will see. I actually didn't read. That's the only part I didn't research is how long ago that was. Let me see. I guess I can look it up really quick. Let me see. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. So it was the 17th. That was the only part I didn't look up, man. Let me see. One, two. Oh, it was still 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's still 2 weeks. So not a big deal. It should last 2 weeks easy. So this can was canned 2 weeks ago. This is the barrel aged. This is from Goldwater Brewing Company here in uh, Scottsdale, Arizona, and it's from their Gold Mine Barrel series. Okay, and this is their barrel aged Brutus. They have their regular Imperial Brutus Stout. Okay, this is the barrel aged version of their bar- um, Brutus Stout. Okay, but it's also and this one is barrel aged in AD Laws whiskey bourbon barrels. Okay, it's also got Guatemalan coffee and vanilla added to it as well. So a pretty interesting beer. Okay, and this is a 25-ounce crowler. They call them crowlers when they can them right there. So this was a very limited brew. So I'm glad to have gotten it, and great brewery too. Thank you for making this one available, man. I appreciate it. So let's go quickly because I got a lot of information to cover here, a lot. So let's go quickly into the share screen here so we can cover all this information. So I even had to go to Facebook to get information. It was really hard to get info on this one. So as you can tell here, this is okay. Wait, let me back up here. They have their regular. This is from Goldwater Brewing's website, and this is their regular Brutus stout, which is an imperial or a double. For those that don't know what an imperial means, their regular imperial is a 8.5% ABV, 48 IBUs. Um, it's their description is this bold black beer was labored with 100 pounds of malt, including roasted barley and chocolate malts, to make only 6.5 barrels of high ABV goodness. Process. A typical batch produces 10 barrels. Smooth, but don't let Brutus fool you. He may bite. So this is the regular Imperial Brutus, and I've had their regular Brutus on tap. It's very good. I tried to look up the barrel aged Brutus, as you can tell here, couldn't find it. Let me even try to search it without the stout part. Yeah, it's just not. It's not even registered on Tapped. Okay. Now, to get any information, I had to go to their Facebook. And here the BA stands for barrel aged Brutus Imperial Stout, 9.5% ABV, aged for 8 months in laws, which should be AD laws, uh, A period D period laws, whiskey bourbon barrels. Okay, with Guatemalan coffee and vanilla. Okay, now we've got to go into a little bit of the history. Who is AD Laws? What are they all about, right? Well, here is AD Laws website for those that like good craft whiskey. Their website is lawswhiskeyhouse.com. Okay, check them out. As you can see here, very, very cool. And here is a little bit about their process. Okay. Um, let me see. Yeah, it was right here. Because we've got to know about what is AD Laws whiskey, so that we kind of get a sense of when we're sampling this, can we taste any of that process in this, right? So they age their whiskey in 53-gallon charred American white oak barrels, which are sourced from independent stave company in southern Missouri. Okay, unlike distilleries in Kentucky where the whiskey goes to sleep during the winter months, ours ages year round. That's because our mountain climate, and they're out of Denver, Colorado, which we know makes some great beers, but Denver's also known for its craft whiskeys as well. Okay, and it goes to sleep during the winter months, ages year round. That's because our mountain climate is always active with changes in temperature and air pressure. So as our spirit ages, the magic of time, charred oak planks, which makes a barrel, it's planks of oak, and high mountain air transform it into a rich, complex, spicy, straight American 4-grain bourbon. Okay. Um, and that's a little bit about, and just in case you are a whiskey fan, I looked it up on this Benny's .com spirits, and you can get a bottle of their a 750 milliliter bottle for about basically $65. Okay, so that is hopefully enough about the beer I am drinking. Okay, we got to give some history on it and so forth, so that you get an idea of how much is put into this. Okay, and they age it in those barrels for 8 months. Okay, um, so they get those barrels from Colorado here in Scottsdale. Well, I'm in Phoenix, but uh, Goldwater they're in Scottsdale, and they get those barrels from Colorado into Arizona, and then they put their Brutus into it, added some Guatemalan coffee and vanilla, and made this beer. And so here's the back side of the label here, just so you can see what they wrote on it. And so we're gonna crack it open and sample it. I've got a really nice kind of stemmed uh, uh, beer glass here, so we'll see what kind of smoke we get out of it, if anything. So let's see. Let's crack the can here. And that is why you always have a beer emergency towel, man. And I do have mine right here, man. Wow, this one busted up all over the place. Brutus was dying to get out of there, man. Like, come on, man, let me out of here. Now I do have this beer just a little bit cooler than room temperature. Okay, so it's slightly chilled at this point. I've had it out of the fridge now for well over an hour. Okay, at the point of we're sampling right now. Okay, let me get a quick picture. All right, I don't want to forget that. Let me get a quick picture. Let me see here. Boy, and it's going to be kind of a sloppy one because that thing spit up all over the place. Let me put it more out here. There we go. Let me see if I can't get that more like that. Okay, so I got the picture. So it poured a thin head. It's kind of dissipated by now, okay? But you can kind of sometimes expect that from a higher ABV uh, barrel aged type beer. So you can kind of see that there. There's carbonation that's stuck to the side of the glass on my side, on the side that I'm presenting there. It's not. You can just see that is just a very rich. It's a very heavily weighted beer too. very dark. And you're getting that really rich vanilla aroma, even just this close to your nose. Oh, yeah, you get that real nice uh, bourbon caramelly type smell. Ah, man, yeah. Oh man, that nice, deep, rich bourbon smell in there, and it's not a real alcoholy type smell. It's not. It doesn't smell real. The alcohol isn't real present on the nose. It isn't real strong, but just a really nice kind of the vanilla's in there. You can get the coffee. Oh, it just smells great. Here's a little bit. There's a look at the balance of it. It's pretty weighty. This is a heavy one. Here we go, man. Cheers. Mm. Oh, some of you that have been watching me for a while know that I don't really like a beer that is just too hot. A beer that the alcohol is just too forward. Ah, and you can't really enjoy it. I'm not even a, it's one of the reasons I don't like the I'm not a huge fan of the Goose Island uh uh that their famous one, right? This one is very smooth. It's very different. You get and then with that coffee and vanilla added, you get that coffee in the front. That coffee is still there on my tongue. It just sticks around and really gives you a nice flavor. In the front, though, you get that. Mm, the Brutus has a nice kind of a creaminess to it. Um, Let me go back here a little bit to their description of the Brutus. Um, well, they don't really give too much of a description, but it does have a really nice creaminess to it. Okay, and you get some of that bourbon, of course. The bourbon is right there. Boom, right? It's a real nice mellow. It makes me really want to try this whiskey. It's really balanced. It's really smooth in that you get that nice vanilla in there. You get that really nice coffee, and that coffee just sticks around on your tongue a little bit. Uh, the Brutus itself is just a really nicely balanced beer. Uh, Not a lot of hop to it. You get a little hot bite in this one still. Mm, God, this is really enjoyable. This is the perfect beer for a cigar, man. I like a good Maduro. You know what I'm saying? This would be perfect, man. Just I don't know that you could necessarily have this. The normal Brutus you could have with, a burger or a really good steak. I'm not too sure you would want to enjoy this with food. I think this is an after dinner type beer. You know what I'm saying? It's the alcohol isn't real strong. It isn't real. Well, I take that back. Yeah, the alcohol it's there, okay? It's a big ABV beer. The alcohol is there, but it's not super hot, though, is what I'm getting at. It's not like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. You know how you take a shot of whiskey or something like that and you're like, whoo, it's not hot like that, okay? It's real balanced, it's real smooth. It's the difference between like a cheap tequila. I think a lot of people might be able to relate to that, and a really good tequila, like really good fine craft tequila, is something they really took a lot of care to brew, to distill, and you can just tell the difference. Same thing with a good bourbon, and I'm sure 80 Laws must make some really good bourbons because this is fantastic. Mm. This is a definite bing, 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 bing. Two thumb up beer. Love it. Everything I've had over there so far was just fantastic. I sampled a few beers at the actual brewery in Scottsdale. Real tiny little brewery. If you get to Arizona, if you get to a chance to come to Arizona, to the Phoenix area, make sure to check them out. Goldwater Brewing in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a great place to just walk around and shop. They're kind of in the middle of things there, and it's a great place to just park somewhere, walk around, shop, sample of fruit. It's a tiny little brewery. I love that about it, though. And then they also have a basement, and they serve different specialty beers down there. I think their basement is open from it's got particular hours that they open in. I think it's from 4. I think it opens at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., something like that, on Sundays and Saturdays or something like that. You'd have to check it out. Go to their website, check it out. Thank you for checking out this review. Give me a like if you like it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see you next time. Cheers.